Hey everybody, welcome. My name is Matthew and today I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks on improv and the importance of the rule of three and names, because names are a very big deal and it can be sometimes hard to come up with names on the fly. So, a lot of people think that improv means making things up on the spot, just spur of the moment, making something up. Really, improv is about being prepared to make things up on the fly. And it's that preparation that is going to make you better at running role-playing games. One, you definitely need to watch other people improv. It's an important skill. You need to watch other people's games. You need to play in other games. You need to see how people go about their improv. Two, you definitely need to take notes, practice. If you run a game and there were some things that you're feeling a little shaky on, write that down. Say, hey, I got to this part and I didn't know what to do next. It'll make you a better game master. Three, of course, being prepared, having lists. You need to have tables, charts, places, people, things. Having that is going to have a very profound effect on you being able to run a game and improv. Okay, so what does it mean to be prepared for names? There are a few options that you have. You can make a list yourself. Something that I recommend is I actually make a chart, 3 columns, A through Z, and I come up with a name for every single letter 3 times. I come up with a masculine sounding name, I come up with a feminine sounding name, I come up with one that could be a gender neutral name for every single letter. If you do that, you've got 72 names ready to pull from at any point, and then you can just either look at that list during your game and pull from that list, or you could roll a dice and see if you want to take a thing that way. There are several tools out there. I'm sure a lot of you own this thing right here. It has 24 pages of names in the very back of the book. I didn't even know that was there. When I found that in this book, I was ecstatic because, as my players will tell you, I use it all the time. It's a great way to come up with names. Names don't have to be profound. Get out of this idea that every single name has to be some really cool, awesome name. Just try to make sure that the name fits for the genre that you're going for. Whether it's the sci-fi genre, whether it's the fantasy. If you need to come up with a name for a place, it doesn't have to be, strange and exotic every single time. You can have the general store called the Squeaky Wheel. You can come up with the tavern that is simply called the Overflowing Stein. An adjective and then a noun for places where players are going to shop or do business at. It'll help them remember it better. Because if you have these crazy exotic names for every single store and every single tavern, it's going to be a lot for everybody, including yourself, to memorize. Don't worry about that. The best restaurant name that I have is called the Folded Napkin. It has this kind of aura of like a really fancy establishment, and it's in every single one of my games that I make. Always, doesn't matter which game I'm running, you're gonna be able to find the Folded Napkin somewhere in it. Now, you may have already noticed I've been using it already, but another thing to put in your tool belt is the rule of 3. The rule of 3 is just this idea that bits of information paired in threes, whatever, it works. You put things together in groups of 3 and it's easier to remember. Using this rule is a good way to not give too many details, but give just enough details. If you're describing a town, don't describe everything that they're going to expect there. Describe the 3 things that your players might not be expecting to find there. If you walk into a space station, say the 3 things that are unique about the space station. Giving information in groups of 3 is just a really great way to keep everybody engaged and not trailing off, as you don't want to be giving 17 different details on something that's not that big of a deal. Your players are going to ask about things that you weren't prepared for. You give them 3 bits of information about that thing. But we are going to talk about that more next episode. So, being prepared, having lists available, having names available, being ready to use the rule of 3 in several situations is going to help you be a better game master. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next video we will continue looking at what it means to be prepared to improvise and using the rule of 3 in effective ways. You guys know the deal. Like and subscribe for the video. It helps me a whole lot. And of course, in the comments below, let us know, what ways do you guys improvise? What things do you have in your tool belt that can really help your game in moments of going off the rails and that improvised space? What sort of tables do you guys like to use? Resources that you have found helpful, put them down there. We want to see them. We want to see all of them. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Matthew, and until next time, UGM?
Oh no. You get all wet out there? You got so wet outside. Oh no. You got so wet outside. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You got so wet outside. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You got so wet outside. Oh, so bad.